I'm gonna change the wallpaper. So guys, if you want to change your wallpaper, just right click, change desktop background, and choose any of these available nice backgrounds. So I'm gonna use this gray one just in order for you guys to focus on this one. So this one is a pretty nice one. It's about orientations. So what are orientations? Well, simply orientations are like these: 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are the different positions in which your device, your iPhone or your iPad can be held with. So we have 4 positions: portrait mode, portrait, upside down, landscape right, and landscape left. Now let's begin with our first one. I wanted to create a keynote or PowerPoint presentation for you guys, but I'm too lazy to do it, so let's just start with our first animation. Not animation, the second one will be animation. So this is the portrait mode, which is the normal state of your phone. Now see this transition. Okay, this is the portrait upside down mode, which is completely opposite to the first one, which is like this. When everything is flipped around and your home button is to the top instead of being down. So this is the second one. Now let's get back to our portrait mode. Now the third one is the landscape. Right. So this is landscape, and the other way around is also landscape. But how can we know the difference? Well, simply just look at the home button, and the home button will give you the answer. Simply, the home button to the right means that this is the landscape right mode, and the other one around is the landscape left mode, which is in which the home button is to the left. So this is pretty logical, rational. So this is all for the 4 orientations. Now I'm gonna demonstrate for you an example of 2 applications. Each of them handles different orientations. So let's start with our settings app. First of all, the settings app handles the portrait mode in a very good way. Now let's try another mode, which is the landscape: left, up, right. It does not handle any of these, so this is the only one that it handles, which is the portrait mode. I'm gonna press on the home button and go to the contacts app. On the other side, the contacts app is handling the portrait mode in a very good way, and if I move to the landscape, if I move to the landscape mode, this will be also handled. The portrait upside down is not handled, and this one is handled. So as a conclusion, if you want, the contacts app handles 3 different orientations except for the portrait upside down. Now this is almost a rule or something we've all agreed on. For an iPhone app, your iPhone should handle either only the portrait mode or portrait, landscape left and landscape right. So we have 2 options for these, and if it was an iPad, then it will be a little different. For iPads, you will be handling either the portrait modes or the landscape mode or all of them. So this is like a semi-rule if you want to follow, and now I'm gonna show you how to do this with your Xcode without a single line of code. Create a new project within your Xcode, and of course single view application, call it whatever you want. I'm gonna call it orientations. Check use storyboard and ARC if you want. Press next, place it wherever you want. I'm gonna place it on my desktop. So and now here's the trick. It's actually not a trick. Supported device orientations are these ones. So now of course you know them all, and by doing this I'm saying that my device does not support any orientation, and this is a bit weird. So of course by default these 3 are supported and this one is not supported. On the other hand, if I want to change it to anything I want, like let's say I want to create an application that handles only landscape right and landscape left, simply press on this one and you'll get your work as you want it to be. So this is the way of telling what orientations are supported by your device. So I'm gonna go a little bit to the code viewController.m or your main view controller. Remember those methods, those useless methods that we used to delete each time? Well, that was bad because now we are gonna use one. We actually are not gonna use one, but just I'm gonna show you the difference. So this method over here, the scary one with the scary name, should auto-rotate to interface and orientation with some really weird words. This one is responsible for telling by code, not just by interface, what to do with your interface or what to do with your orientations. So if you can notice over here, portrait upside down, and this is not equals. So this method is trying to say that all orientations for this app are available except for the portrait upside down, and you can change this by code. Like let's say we don't want to include the landscape mode, just press on L and you will get the choices over here. I'm gonna press Ctrl C, and please don't try this at home. This is none of your business. Just delete this one in order not to overwrite what you have done in your interface in over here. So this one now can control everything, and the method we've removed is just nothing. So now you can control everything right over from here. So I guess this is all for this tutorial, and hope you enjoyed it. Well, you've learned a lot of things in this tutorial. You've got some guided meditation for free, and you've learned how to change your wallpaper on your computers, and of course the third thing, which wasn't much, the third thing was not that much important, was getting to know more about orientations. Anyway, hope you enjoy this one, and you can watch my other tutorials and proceed with this series. And by the way, I'm gonna upload like 10 more videos and stop uploading videos for this series. I know. Well, I'm really busy and I don't have much time, so I guess these are my last 10 tutorials for this iOS development series. Bye bye.